let's talk about what really is happening within the textile universe. Like we've been flagging off, that the question is whether India can really textile and weave a global edge for itself or not, given all the concerns around tariff, given that UK-India FTA has been signed. Currently, the Indian textile exports stand at about much less than $100 billion. But can we really scale it up to $100 billion? That's the question. How large can the contribution from this sector actually become in the years to come? That's something that we're going to try and understand. And we've got two experts joining in on the show for that. We've got Siva Ramakrishnan Ganpati, the Vice Chairman and MD at Gokuldas Exports, on the show with us. We also have with us R.K. Vich, the President Emeritus at the Textile Association of India, joining in on the show right now. Gentlemen, both of you, thank you so much for your time. Mr. Vich, if I could start off the questions with you. With the US now imposing these heavy tariffs on Chinese textiles, you think Indian companies getting any more benefit from it and acting as a new supplier with increased market share is a reality, and is it just something which is an eventuality according to you?
Madam, always we should look positive, because if you see the USA import from other countries is $130 billion, and they import and they export only $30 billion. So when there will be a tariff ban on China and other things, India will get a very big market. Of course, the world will get a market of $100 billion to export to USA. The another point is that as on today, the USA don't have any manufacturing capacity, because they were already dependent upon the import. So these 3 years, we have very good time. India has a very good time that we will export to that. And we have analyzed this, even if duty remains at 36% on Indian goods. So we have analyzed that few HS codes, which are very favorable, even as compared to Bangladesh, Vietnam, Myanmar, and other country. So we look very bright, and our export will grow to USA with a very good margin.
Mr. Ganpati, let's get you in on the conversation as well. Gokuldas Exports earn about 250 crore rupees annually from the UK alone, which is roughly about 5% of your revenues right now. Tell me now, with the FTA, how much can this figure really scale up to?
It's speculative, and it's difficult for me to provide speculative information, which will involve perhaps several years. But I can say that it's off a small base, so the growth should be pretty sharp. Who knows? We can even double, right? At these small levels. We have a great opportunity coming up with the UK FTA. Hopefully, coming on track, and I'm hoping that it should be in effect in the next 6 months or so. And if that, as and when that happens, I think we will see some displacement of business from Bangladesh and maybe even from China to India, allowing us to export much more to United Kingdom. The duty of 12% is a significant differential for brands to seriously consider India for their sourcing requirements. So I feel the opportunity is large. I feel it's $1 billion opportunity for the country, and a company like us will definitely benefit amongst many other companies based out of India.
Okay, I understand that, Mr. Ganpati. But to understand that, will India become competitive because of these tariffs at industry level? Is that a very basic, statement and a very basic comment? Which would you like to make on that?
Definitely, right? But a 12% advantage is a significant advantage, right? And if a brand ultimately looks at what is the total cost of sourcing, so what is the landed duty paid price of goods imported from whichever source that is available to them. So if India becomes duty free to United Kingdom, the brands which sell in UK will buy more from India, so that they can get a lower cost of acquisition of their products. So definitely this is a serious source of competitive advantage, and we should be able to get a fairly good amount of advantage if we leverage this very well.
Indian garment, fabric, as well as the home textile industry, which are the categories right now where we are competitive in UK, and which are the industries or sub-segments within the textile industry where the comparative intensity will only become better for India after this FTA?
Here I will add one thing.
Yeah, Mr. Vijay, I'm just coming to you. I just wanted to get this comment from Mr. Ganpati, and I promise I come to you for this question. Yeah, Mr. Ganpati.
The UK will import a lot of garments. I don't think there is a big, garmenting industry in UK or any such. So they will be more keen on the end products. So it will really be garments which will really go more into the UK thanks to this FTA. I'm not sure how many, what is the volume of fabrics or any other textile products that get into that country. They don't have much of industry left in textiles, so it'll be garments mostly.
You also give us a sense that category-wise, where do you see the demand shaping up, especially when it comes to the UK market? Mr. Vij, you wanted to
I'm just telling you, there are about 16 products are there where textile is the major products are there, sports goods are there, plastic goods are there. So we have the zero duty. So in this we have worked out our export to UK in fabric, and moreover the sports goods are mostly in the knitted fabric, and now they are in the fiber. So all the sports are now in the polyester and man-made fibers, and we are the largest manufacturer of man-made fiber polyester filament in the world. So we hope that over this textile business and man-made fiber will grow much in line when in the UK, and looking is there. Even there is we are seeing that Panipat market, South market, Gujarat market, Noida market, Gurgaon market are getting the inquiries, orders, and others. It has been started, and I think whatever that present US over 40 US billion dollar of export will reach to over 100 US billion dollar by 2030, and UK also. As on today, total UK we are supplying about all product will be 60 US billion dollar, and we hope that it will touch to 120 US billion dollar by 2030. So it is very good, and once the good start has been done with UK, so our whole work will be finished with other countries FTA also. We are thankful to the Honorable Prime Minister and Piyush Goyal ji that they have started the things very well, and UK being the central one, our export will be much grow in textile, and more investment will come to India. We have cotton, we have polyester, more innovations will come to India. So this is a very good start, and we have a very good growth in our textile in India.
All right, totally take that point. And yes, of course, that's the aspirational target which the industry has set for 2030. But Mr. Ganpati, just wanted to get your sense that how is the demand shaping up? Will it be possible for you to help us with some indication or a number that how is the demand shaping up in the current quarter versus the previous 2 quarters, given the fact that even Mr. Vij is sounding so positive that so many moving parts are happening and getting in place for the industry which are indeed positive for the growth?
See, if I look at the long term, I think I'm quite bullish that there will be more sourcing from India, particularly because tariff on China is high. There is a general move to look at sourcing from other regions in the world, particularly South Asia. And within South Asia, India stands out as a remarkably stable country with very good infrastructure, better port infrastructure, better logistics, etc. So I think in the longer run, the growth of India is assured, and it will be very strong. In the shorter run, we will have to contend with tariff uncertainties with US. While UK has, we've signed an FTA, it will take, several months before, we actually see duty-free access to the UK market. So in the interim, we will have to contend with US tariff uncertainties, market uncertainties globally, given, several geopolitical situations. So short term, we may have to contend with some of those issues, but I think in the long term, if you look at multiple quarters ahead, it will be very strong and positive for India.
Do take your point with that, Mr. Ganpati, but just wanted to niggle you a little bit more in terms of the short-term demand. The reason I'm asking is because we have seen so many reports flowing in and highlighting that the textile industry is already getting so many inquiries there. The companies are putting up hoardings for further capex, getting in, hiring more employees. But is it all transpiring right now, or do you believe that it's too much? In terms of fabricated and differentiated in terms of the industry players, and the company-wise diversification also persist?
No. So it depends on players to players,
Okay.
but at the end of the day, larger players will definitely get a lot more business traction. As I said, we are also adding capacity. But having said all of this, we have to contend with short-term challenges, while the long-term, for a long-term period seems to be very strong. But we are in business for the long term, and we don't look at short-term challenges when we look at our capex planning, etc. So we are resolute in building up our capacities as we go forward to cater to long-term needs.
Your point, Mr. Ganpati, but Mr. Vij, just wanted to have a sense that what's the outlook and what's the kind of demand that we are getting for the home textile players, because there too India has a very large share in terms of the overseas exports. Give us some sense that what could transpire next for this segment.
Ma'am, I am just telling you why I am telling you this is a very good time for India, because Government of India in textile come up by the PM Mitra Park, PLI scheme, road tap, and so many other ease of doing business. So another thing, home textile. As on today, we are quite sure, and we are as on today we are number 2 in home textile in export, and I am giving you assurance that we will be within very one year we'll be that first in the world to have the this home textile first. So I am another telling you now. I am only suggesting to the government, we should have ease of doing business in textile. One, that because world over man-made fiber polyester is growing, so we will request to the government and especially Prime Minister Modi ji that the inverted duty structure on man-made fiber, whereas the PTA MEG 18%, fiber filament is 12%. So we want either it should be made 12% or 15% or 18%. One, this ease of doing business. Another thing, we over export, and the growth will only come when all the raw material, cotton, viscose, polyester will be at the international prices. So with this thing, we are certainly that we will achieve our target of $100 billion of textile trade by 2030 immediately.
Certainly, sir. And with this, we let you go on that note, gentlemen. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us.